So yeah, June will be getting in the mix with hippos.
Meeting time is going to be a big one, definitely.
And you can play around with multiple variations of cats there.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes.
Hey detectives, this is Dario, your community manager for June's Journey, and today we're diving deep into some improvements as well as sneak peek of what's coming in June's Journey. I'm not alone today, I'm joined by two of our developers here. Hi.
Hey, hi detectives, my name is Zeba. I'm the lead LiveOps producer in June's Journey, and what do? You might think. I make sure that everyone does their job. No kidding. But I make sure that we coordinate every live experience that you get, all the beautiful events, all the amazing thing you see in your game comes through the team.
So interesting. And then we have here...
Hi detectives, I'm Ben, I'm the game director on June's Journey. What do? I also make sure all of the clever people have what they need to deliver all of the great fun and wonderful things that you see in June's Journey every day, so yeah.
Yeah, and today's our great pleasure to dive deep into these improvements that we've been working on and that players can also expect in the future, right? So we've done in the past some decoration sets and we've repeated them throughout the years, adding some new and returning decorations. But players are asking for a little bit more. They're asking us to do some brand new sets. Is there anything like that happening or coming up in the game?
Yeah, so you know, every year since June's Journey has been live, we keep on exploring new areas. I think last year we went to Mexico, and I can tell you that this year I think we are in Louisiana now, which is going quite well, and something new is also coming.
So in the next couple of months, June will be going to East Africa, and this will be part of our Green Game Jam initiative as well, which has been really popular amongst the players. So yeah, June will be getting in the mix with hippos and lots of other cool East African animals, and hopefully everyone will enjoy that, yeah.
So plenty of animals, plenty of nature, trees. Oh, I would love that because that's my kind of decoration set. Do you have any favorite decorations from any set that you'd like to share with us?
I mean, for me, I like it when you find a decoration that has a completely different scale to what you're expecting. Like I love all the animal sets, right? Because you can create the little scenes, and I find all of the detail in the animal sets really interesting. But today, even I placed a palm tree on my island, and it was just like 3 times as big as I thought it would be, and it just completely changes the scene. You know, if I put lots of them on there. So that's what I like to do, is be sort of surprised by the scale sometimes as well, not just the scenes.
My favorite decorations are always the buildings, you know, things that make the Orchid Island a nice homely place. So when we have post office or shops, and then there are these little details like there's an ivy climbing up or there's a cat climbing on the rooftop. I think those details really make me happy.
Oh, that's lovely.
I'm more of a cityscape decorator.
That's lovely. Well, speaking of cats, I've heard that there is also a decoration maybe inspired by cats that we can maybe talk a little bit about.
Oh yes, that is something coming. It's going to be very, very exciting because we don't do decorations like this. But stay tuned, you can have your own cat jungle, if I would say. And yeah, and you can play around with multiple variations of cats there.
Right, based on how you place.
Yes.
It's going to change. Wonderful. Well, we can't talk decorations without talking about island space, right? So when we think about islands, is there anything that we can expect coming up?
Well, yes, because there is a new island coming, I mean, generally speaking, we try and release a new island with every volume. Which normally is about once per year. We were a little bit late delivering the last island, and I think a few of our players noticed that, and they felt like they were kept back from progressing a bit more. So, you know, we're doing our very best to make sure that we keep that on track this time, and the next island has a bit of a twist to it, actually, which maybe, Zeba, you want to talk about?
So we received a lot of feedback from you detectives that you want more snow in the island and even a larger island. And this time our island artists have really created a big island which has a significant peak of snow there, and if you know what the name is, it's actually called Lily Frost.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes, it's Lily Frost, and I really hope you'll enjoy it.
I can see that, right? Like, because lily is kind of a spring flower, but also frost encompasses the snowy aspects. Cleverly done. Speaking of islands, I wanted to. You've mentioned that this island will have more space, so progression will be easier, but there are moments where our players may find challenges to progress, especially when the islands are almost full. Do you have any strategies when it comes to decorating strategically?
I mean, I think it's always good to remember the fundamentals, that is, upgrade all the buildings that you have on your island to the highest level, use all the gold that you get from leagues and different places to make sure that it is at the highest level of gold. Because that gives you flowers, and we also have Jack's delivery. Do you want to say more about that?
Yeah, so I mean, we also hear from players, by the way, that for players who are really far into the game, they're looking for things to do with their gold, because once they've upgraded all of their buildings, it's difficult to know what to do with the gold, and we are experimenting with a few things like allowing you to go on Jack's deliveries by spending gold and using that as a way to send Jack out on his deliveries. It's only available to a small group of players at the moment because we're just testing, so we'll see how it goes. But yeah, we're looking into ways to allow players to make use of this gold a bit more. And just.
Yeah, and also we are constantly looking into improving our features. So in Jack's delivery as well, we regularly look into the balancing. So we have tweaked the balancing in a way that you can now send more deliveries. So eventually, if you engage more with the feature, you will get more flowers, because we really want you all to come back and long-term engage in the game and also enjoy everything you like.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we've rebalanced it. We're always rebalancing, by the way. It's not like a one and done situation. We're always rebalancing, trying to make it better for players. But the current way that we've been trying to rebalance it is we don't want Jack's plane to be sitting there gathering dust for people while they wait to collect materials. We wanted to make the material cost slightly less, and then maybe each individual trip is not as good for flowers. But if you do multiple trips, then obviously it will be better for you. So we just want to make sure that Jack's out having his adventures as much as possible.
Absolutely. I mean, he loves the sky. He's the king of the skies. We can't really keep him grounded.
Exactly.
Speaking of gold, is there anything maybe you can disclose? Is there anything other uses that you're thinking about, or anything that you can tell us at this point?
Well, we're always looking for ways, like I said, to give players a reason to use their gold. Honestly, we do listen to a lot of player feedback, and this kind of usage within Jack's deliveries is one area we're exploring, but we're always open to hearing from players how they would like to use their gold. And we hear that this is something that players want and they need. And I would just say from the game team, please keep the feedback coming, because we do listen to it and we do respond to it. And if we get a feeling that there's enough people who want this particular thing to happen, then it will happen. So
right. Perfect.
Keep the feedback coming.
Keep those comments coming. You've heard them. All right, then we've touched upon some improvements already to the game based on the content that is coming, and let's say these improvements that make the game feel a bit more less challenging in a way. Are there any other improvements that have been done to the game that you can think of that were driven, for instance, by player suggestions?
I mean, there are quite some, right? I mean, first of all, you should really keep on giving the feedback to customer care, to our community team, directly to JJ Feedback. We received so many of them. I mean, we heard your feedback on travels. This is something that we have launched recently in June's journey, and that's going really well. June is going on many trips. She's exploring many locations, and there were feedback on rewards. And this is something that the team took really seriously, and we looked into the balancing of the rewards. And I think we are in a better state now. You do get the travel tokens from multiple events, but you also retain all the good rewards that you were getting before. So I think that's a nice feedback that we took from players. And
if I remember correctly, also travels used to have some time blocks, right? Yeah, and it's interesting to see how player suggestion have made possible that now travels can be can be enjoyed at their own pace. That's also, thank you so much from my side as well, because I love playing travels. So I'm one of the lucky players that got to experience this improvement.
Yeah, I think that's a good example. You know, removing the time gate is definitely something that we responded to from player feedback and made it a reality. So it does work.
Thank you, thank you. And how about club? So have there been any improvements done to clubs that you can think of based on player suggestions?
Yeah, I mean, I think club experience is like very important to us. We really have a very strong community and we constantly look towards upgrading it. We looked into drinks as well, but I think what a new thing that's coming up in the next few weeks is you will have many possibilities to search clubs. So you can search by meeting time, you can search by language that you play in, you can also search by your play style. And we have also made it easier to find the clubs that you like.
Yeah, we've been working kind of under the hood as well, all of the technical magic that happens to make sure that the right club for you gets surfaced to you. And as Zeba says, all of the different filters that you can use to make sure that you can find the right club for your playstyle, for your language, much more easily.
Meeting time is going to be a big one. Yeah. Definitely. We've heard that on the comments a lot. So our players are going to be so thankful for this change.
And just speaking about meeting times, we've been looking at all of the different coverage of the meetups that happen. Like, we love the fact that the clubs exist in the game, and it's a really big part of the experience. But we love seeing how that translates to real-world meetups and seeing how the clubs themselves make real-life friendships, and it's really it's a beautiful thing for us. We like seeing it, so yeah, we'll be happy to deliver that feature.
That's exciting news for all of us, for all of our players. We really can't wait to see all these improvements to the game. Thank you so much for being here with us and all of our players. Thank you so much.
It's been a pleasure, and we'd love to do it regularly. If if the players feel like this is interesting information, we'll be happy to do this really regularly and give you updates on how we're getting on in the game. Yeah.
You heard him, so keep those comments coming because your feedback is very important. We've heard so much today. New decorations, a brand new island, so many improvements as well, but this is only possible because of your feedback. So keep those comments and suggestions coming, and until then, enjoy the journey.
June's Journey. Play now.